I was all ready to go to bed. Was live for like 13 hours today. I was laying in bed and then something hit me. And I had some crazy ass thoughts. So I'm going to sit here in my branded 64 audio hat and my Donut Simp merch, and we're going to talk a little bit about a theory that I've got that involves this little video that we've got coming out tomorrow, just for the sake of YouTube and getting my thoughts out for all of you, because I will literally not be able to sleep otherwise. Newsy news. Newsy news. Newsy news. Newsy news. Newsy news. For those of you that haven't been keeping up with things, we've got a premiere coming out tomorrow on YouTube from Battlestate Games. This time we're talking about something about death being in the air. Yesterday, when there was about 48 hours left, 47 hours left, before a premiere that BSG is putting out at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, June 3rd, we saw this image, which ended up being a super pixelated image of the coast of Tarkov, with this spot right here being the fire that is denoted on the map for Terminal, which, if we zoom way in, looks just like this here. They're basically the same map. The main difference is this glowing bit right here at the bottom. This is the part that we're not sure about. It seems like this is some secret spooky stuff that no one really knows what in the hell it means or what it is. But I have a theory, especially now that BSG has put out this additional image about death in the air. Because we have this, and this is live right now. There's people still typing things in the chat asking what this is going all about. But there's this text right here and super pixelated and in the background, and then there's obviously this piece here. This is a passage that says, "Death in the air, it's always unfair, to die unprepared, to live unaware." And then this code at the bottom, if you end up going to your Escape from Tarkov profile page, you can type that in and it will give you some free stuff. If you type in the promo code and hit submit, it will say that it was activated successfully, and then you can then launch up your Tarkov game and see what you get inside. And this is where the tinfoil hat stuff really starts to take hold, because to me, this looks like it's alluding to something pretty specific. When you go to select this, you hit get. This is the package that you receive. Now, the message from your system in-game merely says that it's from air. You get a set of contacts, an MP5 SD, 3 things of Augmented, 2 IFAKs, a 1G phone, and a GP coin. And the question is, of course, what the hell does all that mean? So the MP5 SD, obviously something that you want to use to protect yourself, contacts. That's, you want to be able to hear stuff. Okay, fine, whatever. The 1G phone, to me, that alludes to something more like Rigi and Rigi's cell phone from the lore. The GP coin was the premium currency from Contract Wars. So maybe that's a hearkening over to the currency of Contract Wars at the time. The most interesting thing for me here, though, is the Augmented. This, to me, is the most important piece. I'm going to try to weave a little picture together here for y'all. If you remember, Lightkeeper extorted us for 1.5 trillion rubles. Also, historically in the lore, the cult has always been at work for some type of goal, some secret goal that they've had in mind. And for whatever reason, they've always wanted Tarkov to be defenseless, controllable, something that is acted like a giant social experiment almost, but these guys have had some level of religious zealotry that has gone beyond just people living in chaos and anarchy. They were responsible for setting an EMP off over the city that knocked out all of the electronics. All of the solid-state electronics in existence in Tarkov, for the most part, were unable to work after they set off that EMP. In the first book, it is written over and over again that the cult is planning on something and they want to set off another EMP. That has been their goal forever. And this is overheard during the Punisher series of books, where the Punisher in the first book ends up hearing them speaking about it when he got captured. The thing is that when it has to do with death in the air, the second image that shows that pixelated image, that looks an awful lot like drone footage to me. And even though we have now this short prose poem, this idea of death in the air, it's unfair to die unprepared. Tarkov, preparedness, that's always been the thing. To live unaware, getting caught by surprise, death in the air being the sticking point. So death in the air usually comes as a result of something that is airborne. Toxins, viruses, radiation, and maybe even missiles, drones. Now, the second set of footage looking awful lot like drone cameras, and the fact that we just got extorted for 1.5 trillion rubles, the fact that we could be staring down the barrel of a wipe, makes me wonder if the lore is going to push us toward some form of nuke that's going to wipe out the city of Tarkov, possibly end up giving us radiation. Thus, the Augmented. Because Augmented cures toxicity, as evident here, removes toxication. So death in the air could allude to an explosion, nuclear explosion, which would give us another EMP, which is what the cult has wanted, which would give us a radiation mechanic that we know Nikita has been teasing us with for a long time and has been talking about the potentiality of having some form of permanence of radiation sickness or poisoning. We also have this poem talking about death in the air. With all of these things kind of being mixed together and the 1G phone and Rigi and all this other stuff, I'm wondering if the reason why Lightkeeper is out of town is because he was brokering a deal to wash Tarkov, kind of wipe the slate clean and start us over anew where he has operational control of the city. Now, obviously, from a lore and canon standpoint, a nuke getting exploded in the city would cause a lot of devastation and damage. But a nuke that exploded over the city or near the coast of the city, giving us radioactive fallout, would be a bit different. So I'm wondering if that might be the case. Anyway, guys, I know that I'm rambling, and I apologize. I'm overtired. Going to go to bed. Just needed to get this out of my brain and into the ether. You know what I'm saying? Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.